Now to Duchess Kate paying tribute to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana. Kate wearing Diana's favorite tiara at the royals' biggest bash of the year last night.
At a glittering royal event, a single moment stopped the room. Princess Catherine appeared wearing Princess Diana's iconic lover's knot tiara. What seemed like a simple choice of jewelry quickly became a powerful symbol stirring emotions, memories, and silent tensions behind palace doors. Why did this tiara ignite such a reaction from Queen Camila? Was it just a piece of history or something much deeper? A message about legacy, love, and royal truth? Last night, one of the most anticipated royal events of the year took place at Buckingham Palace. It was meant to be a night of elegance, tradition, and celebration, a grand dinner with distinguished guests from around the world. The expectation was for a peaceful evening, filled with the usual royal grace and formalities. Yet, amid the polished smiles and sparkling jewels, a single moment quietly captured the attention of everyone in the room and beyond. That moment came when Princess Catherine made her entrance wearing a piece of royal history that many instantly recognized: the lover's knot tiara, famously associated with Princess Diana. This was not just any accessory. It was a symbol deeply tied to Diana's legacy and the emotional fabric of the royal family. The room seemed to freeze for a brief moment as all eyes turned towards Catherine. Even Queen Camila, who had been smiling moments before, showed a sudden change in expression. Those close to the palace later revealed that behind closed doors, Camilla was deeply affected, reportedly breaking down in tears. On the surface, it might seem like just a piece of jewelry worn at a formal event. But in the royal world, especially at Buckingham Palace, such details carry significant meaning. Jewelry isn't chosen lightly. It tells stories, signals status, and sometimes even conveys messages that words cannot. The lover's knot tiara, in particular, is more than just a sparkling accessory. It holds a powerful emotional history and a strong connection to one of the most beloved figures in modern royal history. As Catherine stepped into the hall, the usual hum of polite conversation continued, but the atmosphere had subtly shifted. People exchanged quiet glances, and a sense of tension filled the room. While the outward appearances remained composed, the moment was charged with unspoken feelings. Many guests had seen Catherine wear this tiara before, but this time, the impact felt different. The context, the setting, and the significance of the event all combined to give this appearance a new and heavier meaning. The lover's knot tiara originally belonged to Princess Diana. It had become synonymous with her public image and the emotional journey she undertook during her time in the royal family. Seeing it again on Catherine's head brought memories flooding back, memories of Diana's grace, her struggles, and her enduring influence. It was a vivid reminder of a woman whose presence in the royal family was deeply felt, and whose story still resonates with the public today. For Queen Camila, the moment was especially difficult. As she entered the room, she appeared poised and elegant, wearing her own tiara with confidence. But those who observed closely noticed a hesitation in her step, a slight pause that spoke volumes. Her smile, though still present, didn't quite reach her eyes. The sight of Catherine wearing Diana's beloved tiara seemed to stir emotions beneath her composed exterior. This was not merely a matter of fashion or royal protocol. It was about history, legacy, and personal feelings that ran deep. The tiara carried a weight that transcended its physical beauty. To Camilla, it was a reminder of a past she could never fully be part of, a legacy that remained just out of reach. In a family where symbolism is vital, and where every gesture is loaded with meaning, the tiara became a symbol of unspoken rivalry and unresolved emotions. Despite the tension, the banquet continued as planned. On the surface, everything appeared normal. The guests dined, conversations resumed, and the formal event progressed. But behind closed doors, the mood was heavy. Those familiar with royal traditions understood the significance of what they had witnessed. Jewelry like the lover's knot tiara isn't simply decorative. It carries stories, personal histories, and a sense of belonging that can't be easily replaced. Catherine's choice to wear the tiara was not accidental. It sent a message that was both subtle and profound. She wasn't just showcasing a beautiful piece of royal jewelry. She was connecting to Diana's memory, reminding everyone of the lasting impact Diana had on the royal family and the public. This act stirred feelings in many: admiration, nostalgia, and perhaps even a sense of continuity in the monarchy's future. For Camilla, however, the moment underscored a painful reality. The tiara represented a chapter in royal history that she could not rewrite. It symbolized a love and admiration that had always belonged to Diana, a place in the public's heart that Camilla had struggled to claim. Wearing the tiara, Catherine became a living reminder of that legacy, while Camilla found herself in the shadow of that history. This event was a reminder that in the royal family, personal emotions and public perceptions are often intertwined. Jewelry is never just jewelry. It's a language of symbols that speak about loyalty, memory, and power. The lover's knot tiara, with its diamonds and intricate design, was glowing not just with light, but with the stories and emotions of decades past. In many ways, the tiara became a silent witness to the complexities within the royal family, the hopes, the rivalries, and the deep connections that shape their public lives. It is a symbol that continues to hold meaning far beyond its physical beauty. That night, as Catherine wore it, she wasn't just making a fashion statement. She was stepping into a role that carried the weight of history and the eyes of the world. The reactions from those present and from the public following the event made it clear that this was more than a simple moment at a royal dinner. It was a powerful symbol of continuity and change, of remembrance and new beginnings. The tiara linked the past with the present and set the stage for what many see as the future of the royal family. As the evening drew to a close, the images of Catherine with the lover's knot tiara began to circulate widely. The world watched as the legacy of Princess Diana seemed to live on in a new generation, embodied by Catherine's calm strength and grace. Meanwhile, the emotional ripples of that night continued to be felt within the palace walls. This moment raised many questions about the balance of power and affection within the royal family, and about how symbols like this tiara can reveal deeper truths. It showed how objects that might appear purely ornamental carry significant weight in a world where tradition and public sentiment are inseparable. Looking back, it's clear that this night will be remembered not just for its glamour and grandeur, but for the quiet but powerful statement made by one tiara and the woman who wore it. The lover's knot tiara has once again taken its place at the center of royal attention, reminding everyone that in the monarchy, history is always alive and memory never fades. The lover's knot tiara holds a special place in royal history, closely linked to Princess Diana and the legacy she'd left behind. To many, it is simply a beautiful piece of jewelry, an elegant tiara adorned with diamonds and pearls. But for those familiar with the royal family and its traditions, this tiara represents far more than that. It carries the memory of a woman whose impact on the monarchy and the public was profound and lasting. Princess Diana first received the lover's knot tiara as a wedding gift from Queen Elizabeth II when she married Prince Charles in 1981. The tiara became one of Diana's signature pieces, worn during many of her public appearances, both joyful and difficult. It was seen as a symbol of her role as a member of the royal family, but also of her personal strength and grace during challenging times. Diana's life in the royal spotlight was far from easy. She faced intense media scrutiny, personal struggles, and a highly publicized and painful separation from Prince Charles. Yet through it all, the lover's knot tiara was a constant presence, almost like a shield she wore with dignity. When she appeared wearing it, it was a reminder that despite everything, she maintained her composure and her sense of self. After Diana's tragic death in 1997, the tiara was carefully put aside. It remained hidden from public view for years, almost as if it was too full of memories and emotions to be worn again. The royal family treated it with respect and caution, understanding the powerful associations attached to it. The tiara's story took a new turn when Catherine, the Princess of Wales, began wearing it publicly in 2015. This moment surprised many and marked a significant development in how the royal legacy was being passed forward. Catherine wearing the lover's knot tiara was not just about elegance or tradition. It was about connecting to Diana's memory in a visible and meaningful way. For Camilla, Queen Consort, this was a particularly sensitive issue. Her relationship to Diana's legacy has always been complicated. From the beginning, public perception was colored by the painful history surrounding Diana and Charles's marriage. Camilla has spent years working to earn her place in the royal family and to be accepted by the public. Despite her official title and position, there remains a sense among some observers that her presence cannot fully replace the love and admiration once reserved for Diana. The lover's knot tiara, worn by Catherine, symbolizes much of what Camilla has struggled with. It represents the affection and respect the public still holds for Diana and now extends to Catherine, who many see as carrying Diana's spirit forward. It is a reminder that some connections, especially emotional ones, cannot be simply given or taken. They are earned and lived. Royal jewelry carries strict traditions and rules, and the tiaras are no exception. They are assigned personally by the monarch, and once given to a royal woman, they generally remain hers for life. This is not just a matter of ownership, but also a symbol of status and belonging within the royal family. The tiara is not passed around casually or based on personal preference. It reflects rank and royal protocol. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away, her extensive collection of royal jewels had to be divided. This process followed a strict order, based on the rank of the royal family members. As Queen Consort, Camilla had the right to choose first from the collection. Most expected her to select the lover's knot tiara, given its emotional significance and royal importance. However, in a surprising move, the tiara was passed on to Catherine instead. This unexpected decision caused quiet ripples within palace circles and among royal watchers. Some believe the late Queen Elizabeth II personally chose to give the tiara to Catherine as a tribute to Diana and a sign of support for the new generation of the royal family. Others suggest it was a decision already settled long before the Queen's passing. Whatever the reason, the transfer of the lover's knot tiara to Catherine rather than Camilla spoke volumes. It marked a clear signal about the roles and legacies within the monarchy. While Camilla took possession of other historic and valuable pieces, the tiara with the strongest emotional connection went to Catherine. This division reflected more than just jewelry preferences. It revealed underlying currents of public affection in royal history. Catherine's acquisition of the tiara was met with widespread public approval and admiration. Many saw it as a symbolic continuation of Diana's story, with Catherine stepping into a role that carries emotional weight and significance for millions. Social media and news outlets quickly reacted, drawing comparisons between Catherine and Diana and recognizing the importance of this new chapter. For Camilla, however, the moment may have reinforced feelings of exclusion. Despite her rank and title, the tiara remained out of reach, a symbol of a legacy she could not claim. This added to the complex emotions surrounding her place in the royal family, where public affection and symbolic power are not always aligned with official status. The contrast between Camilla and Catherine in this regard highlights the unique nature of royal influence. Titles and roles are important, but so are the bonds formed with the public and the meanings attached to royal symbols. Camilla may have access to some of the most historic jewels, but the lover's knot tiara carries a story that resonates more deeply with people's hearts. Beyond the tiara itself, Catherine has quietly built a strong connection with the public through her charitable work, calm presence, and graceful conduct. Her ability to embody the qualities admired in Diana, such as compassion and poise, has helped her gain widespread affection. Wearing the tiara only reinforced this perception, making her a figure many associate with the continuation of Diana's spirit in the modern royal family. The emotional significance of the Lover's Knot tiara goes beyond mere aesthetics. It is about belonging, memory, and the ongoing narrative of the monarchy. It represents a legacy that has survived tragedy and time, finding new expression through Catherine. The tiara has become a symbol of continuity, reminding people that while Diana is no longer present, her influence remains strong. At the same time, Camilla's story reflects the challenges of integrating into a royal family steeped in history and tradition. She has faced scrutiny and judgment, and has had to navigate a delicate position within the monarchy. The tiara's transfer serves as a reminder of the limitations and complexities that come with that role. This situation also raises questions about how royal legacies are managed and how symbolism plays a role in shaping public opinion. The passing of treasured items like the Lover's Knot tiara is not just about inheritance, but about preserving history and projecting future hopes. The tiara's story illustrates how royal jewelry is more than a collection of precious stones. It carries meaning, history, and emotion. It tells a story about the women who have worn it and the relationships within the royal family. In the end, the Lover's Knot tiara has become a powerful emblem of the ongoing story of the British monarchy. It connects the past with the present and hints at the future. Catherine's wearing of the tiara is seen by many as a sign that the legacy of Princess Diana continues to influence the royal family in meaningful ways. For Camilla, the tiara remains a symbol of what is beyond her reach, a connection to a legacy that she can observe but not fully own. This dynamic adds to the complexities of the royal family and the public's relationship with it. Understanding the significance of the Lover's Knot tiara helps shed light on the deeper emotional and symbolic layers behind royal events and traditions. It reminds us that in a monarchy built on ceremony and history, every detail can carry a story, every gesture a message. This chapter of royal history continues to unfold, shaped by tradition, public affection, and the personal journeys of the individuals involved. The Lover's Knot tiara remains at the heart of this story, a glittering symbol of strength, sorrow, and the enduring power of memory. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away, the task of dividing her extensive collection of royal jewelry fell to her closest family members. This collection was vast, including crowns, brooches, necklaces, and tiaras, with centuries of history. The distribution followed strict protocols based on rank and status within the royal family. As queen consort, Camilla was entitled to select her pieces first. This tradition was not a personal favor, but a formal procedure rooted in the monarchy's centuries-old customs. Most observers expected Camilla to choose the Lover's Knot tiara as her first pick. The tiara was not only valuable, but emotionally significant, given its close association with Princess Diana. Instead, to many people's surprise, the tiara was passed on to Catherine, the Princess of Wales. This unexpected move sparked curiosity and speculation among royal watchers and insiders alike. The reasons behind this decision are thought to be deeply personal and tied to the relationships within the family. It is widely believed that Queen Elizabeth II had a special bond with Catherine. Over the years, their interactions were marked by mutual respect and a quiet understanding. Some suggest that the late queen made a deliberate choice to give Diana's beloved tiara to Catherine, seeing her as a worthy successor who could carry on the legacy of the late Princess of Wales. There are reports indicating that this decision was settled long before Camilla made her selection. This points to a plan laid out by the Queen to ensure the tiara's future would honor Diana's memory in a way she would have approved. Some insiders also say King Charles may have quietly supported this arrangement, wanting his late wife's legacy to live on through his son's wife. This transfer of the tiara to Catherine was more than just a simple handover of a piece of jewelry. It was a symbolic gesture with deep emotional significance. By passing on the Lover's Knot tiara to Catherine, the monarchy was sending a message about continuity, tradition, and the place each woman holds within the royal family. At the same time, Camilla was given other significant pieces from Queen Elizabeth's collection, including the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, which has its own rich history. However, the emotional weight and public recognition tied to the Lover's Knot tiara made it stand apart. Catherine's association with it strengthened her public image and the perception that she is stepping into a role once held by Diana. For Camilla, this situation was undoubtedly challenging. Despite holding the highest rank beside the king, she found herself in a delicate position where public affection seemed to favor Catherine. The tiara, in this context, was not just a jewel, but a symbol of that unspoken divide. Camilla's possession of other royal treasures could not replicate the emotional connection the public has with the Lover's Knot. The public response to Catherine wearing the tiara was immediate and widespread. Images of her adorned with the sparkling diamonds were shared across social media and news outlets worldwide. Many people drew comparisons between Catherine and Diana, remarking on the resemblance and the grace with which Catherine carried the tiara. Some even went so far as to nickname her Queen of Hearts 2.0, highlighting the affection she has gained. This reaction underscored the unique power of the tiara to evoke emotions and memories. For many, seeing Catherine wear the Lover's Knot was like witnessing a living tribute to Diana. It created a sense of connection between past and present, making the monarchy feel more relatable and human. Meanwhile, Camilla's appearances at royal events, often featuring the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara or other significant jewels, did not garner the same level of attention or emotional response. Though she presented herself with grace and dignity, the public seemed to reserve their warmest feelings for Catherine. This contrast illustrates the complexity of royal symbolism. A crown or tiara is not just a status symbol, it represents history, emotion, and public perception. Camilla's official title and position did not automatically translate into the same kind of affection or symbolic power that Catherine has managed to build, in part through the tiara's association. Catherine's connection to the public is also rooted in her charitable work and her calm, approachable manner. She has managed to quietly build a strong rapport with people around the world, often compared to Diana. For her warmth and sincerity, wearing the Lover's Knot tiara further cemented this link, suggesting she carries forward not just Diana's jewelry, but also her spirit. The tiara's history adds to its mystique. Created in 1914 for Queen Mary, it was passed down to Queen Elizabeth II, who then gifted it to Diana on her wedding day. Diana wore the tiara throughout her years in the royal family, often during key public appearances and international visits. It was heavy and sometimes uncomfortable, but Diana bore it with elegance, making it part of her identity. After Diana's death, the tiara was carefully stored away for many years. Its absence from public view symbolized the pain and loss felt by the royal family and the world. When Catherine wore the tiara for the first time in 2015, it was a significant moment. It signaled a rekindling of Diana's legacy and marked Catherine as a royal figure carrying on that heritage. This transfer of emotional significance also heightened tensions between Camilla and Catherine, which had been developing for years. From the moment Catherine entered the royal family, there were reportedly concerns from Camilla about her background. Unlike Camilla, who had spent years proving herself amid public criticism, Catherine was widely embraced by the public almost immediately. This difference may have contributed to Camilla's complex feelings about Catherine's position and public support. The tiara thus became a symbol of this ongoing dynamic, a quiet contest for affection, influence, and acceptance within the monarchy. While Camilla holds the official title of Queen Consort, Catherine holds a unique place in the hearts of many. At royal events, tiaras are more than just adornments. They follow strict rules about when and how they can be worn, typically only at formal evening occasions like state dinners, royal weddings, or official ceremonies. This exclusivity adds to their significance and the messages they convey. The choice of tiara, who wears it, and when it appears in public all play a part in communicating rank, tradition, and personal narratives. Catherine, wearing the lover's knot tiara, does more than enhance her appearance. It connects her visibly and symbolically to the royal family's most beloved chapter. For Camilla, the moment when Catherine wore that tiara must have been bittersweet. It affirmed Catherine's growing influence and public favor, while highlighting the limitations of Camilla's own position within the emotional landscape of the monarchy. The tiara's legacy continues to shape perceptions of the royal family. It is a reminder that in a monarchy steeped in history and symbolism, personal stories and public emotions intertwine in powerful ways. Looking ahead, the lover's knot tiara is likely to remain a potent emblem of the continuing royal story, one that connects the past with the present and hints at the future of the British monarchy. The dynamic between Camilla, Queen Consort, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, has long been the subject of attention, speculation, and analysis. While the media often highlights the glamour and tradition of royal events, beneath the surface, there is a complex and sometimes tense relationship shaped by history, public perception, and symbolism. The episode involving the lover's knot tiara brought many of these elements into sharper focus. Camilla's journey into the royal family was marked by struggle and controversy. For years, she faced intense public criticism and scrutiny, often seen as the woman who came between Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Despite eventually marrying Charles and taking on the role of Queen Consort, Camilla's acceptance by the public and parts of the royal establishment has been gradual and sometimes fraught. Catherine, on the other hand, entered the royal family with a different kind of reception. Born outside of aristocracy or royalty, she quickly won the public's heart with her relatable background, charm, and poised demeanor. Her rise has been marked by a steady accumulation of public affection and respect, a trajectory that has often been compared to the late Princess Diana's. This difference in public sentiment is not lost within the palace walls. The tiara episode underscored the emotional divide between the two women and highlighted how much royal jewelry carries weight beyond its physical beauty. The lover's knot tiara is more than just a crown. It's a symbol of legacy, belonging, and emotional connection. Wearing it ties Catherine to Diana's memory in a way that resonates deeply with people worldwide. For Camilla, the tiara represents something she can observe but never truly claim. Despite her status and official role, she faces the reality that some aspects of royal symbolism, and by extension, public affection, are not within her grasp. This intangible but powerful distinction shapes much of the subtle tension surrounding her relationship with Catherine. The rivalry is not simply personal, but deeply entwined with how the monarchy is viewed and how it evolves. The royal family exists in the public eye, and symbols like tiaras communicate stories and values that influence how the institution is perceived. In this context, Catherine's association with Diana's tiara helps reinforce her image as a beloved future queen, while Camilla's position remains more complicated. Throughout history, royal jewelry has played a critical role in marking status and legacy. Each tiara has its own story, rules, and meaning, often passed down through generations to signify continuity. The tradition that a tiara once given to a royal woman remains with her for life means that Camilla cannot simply borrow or inherit the lover's knot tiara. This is not about personal preference, but about respect for tradition and the stories embedded in these jewels. The public reaction to the tiara moment was telling. Images of Catherine wearing the tiara sparked a flood of admiration and affectionate comparisons to Diana. She was hailed as carrying forward the legacy in a graceful and natural way. Social media buzzed with nicknames like Queen of Hearts 2.0, indicating a widespread perception that Catherine embodies the qualities that made Diana so beloved. In contrast, Camilla's appearances at events wearing other significant tiaras, such as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland, garnered far less attention. While these jewels hold their own historic significance, they lack the emotional resonance and public connection that the lover's knot tiara commands. This disparity highlights how royal influence is about more than rank or title. It is also about the relationship between royals and the public, and how symbolism and legacy affect that relationship. Catherine's ability to connect with the public emotionally gives her a powerful role in shaping the monarchy's future. Despite this, Camilla has worked hard to establish herself and to carry out her royal duties with dignity. She has supported numerous charities and embraced her responsibilities. Yet, the shadow of Diana's legacy and the tiara's symbolism continue to influence perceptions, making Camilla's position delicate and complex. This situation raises interesting questions about how tradition, symbolism, and public sentiment interact in modern monarchies. It shows that beyond formal titles and ceremonial roles, emotional ties and historical narratives play a critical role in shaping royal identity. Looking forward, the presence of the lover's knot tiara on Catherine's head is likely to remain a potent symbol of the ongoing evolution of the British monarchy. It links past and present, honoring Diana's memory while signaling Catherine's growing importance within the royal family. At the same time, Camilla's story reflects the challenges faced by anyone stepping into a role shadowed by history and public opinion. Her efforts to find her place in the monarchy continue, even as certain symbols and legacies remain out of reach. Ultimately, the story of these two women and the tiara speaks to the broader themes of legacy, belonging, and the power of symbolism in royal life. It reminds us that monarchies are not just institutions of power, but also families marked by personal histories, emotions, and public narratives. As the monarchy moves forward, how these dynamics unfold will continue to captivate the public and shape the future of one of the world's most famous royal families. The lover's knot tiara stands at the center of this story, a glittering emblem of memory, identity, and the ever-changing nature of royalty.